So can you give us a little bit more about your role?
So a solution architect is a business analyst, right? So solution architect is responsible to gather requirements from your customer. And I think the most important thing of being a solution architect is to listen to your customer, gather the information from them. Here at Salesforce, we're given a statement of work where they tell us you will implement these features of Salesforce. So as a solution architect, I'm responsible for the solution along with the makeup of the team. So normally with a solution architect and the makeup of a development team, you have a technical architect. The technical architect is responsible for the integration design. So if one system is going to talk to Salesforce, the technical architect is really the person focusing on that. And you as a solution architect, you need to understand what those requirements are, right? What is this system going to do to talk to Salesforce, or what is Salesforce going to do to talk to this integration? So really quick, the makeup of a team, normally you have your technical architect, you have your solution architect. Our solution architects, for the most part, the majority, I would say about 98% of them are functional architects, meaning they do non-integration work. So think of it creating a field, creating a flow within Salesforce, creating a page layout to show what fields can appear within the UI. So again, not custom code or for some of you that are already knowledgeable in some of the language like Apex code or Lightning Web Components. So those are all, again, technical components. For those of you that have already started your Salesforce journey, you know what they are, right? But for those of you that have not, those are more for like developers, the techies, if you want to call them that will go in and do that. Salesforce is set up where you can do click and point for the most part. Again, adding a field to a specific object, adding a page layout. All of that is what we call functional, right? It's the point and click that anyone can do as a basic admin administrator within Salesforce.
Got
So
it.
for the solution architect role, again, business analyst, a project does have various phases in it. So my favorite is the plan and design. That's where you go in, gather requirements. We call them user stories. And user stories is just an agile way of gathering the requirements, and then you fill out what needs to be built for that certain piece of functionality within Salesforce. So a solution architect is responsible for that. And we work closely with the customer. We normally call them product owners. So the product owner is someone at the customer who is also responsible for the solution that they want built within Salesforce. So when you hear business analyst, solution architect, think of them in the same in the same definition, if you want to call it that. It's the same thing. We gather requirements from the customer, and again, in the plan and design phase, we go through workshops. That's where we sit with the customer, gather their requirements, hear what they want to do. And the reason I like that phase is that you get to learn what this customer is doing. As a solution architect, you look at what Salesforce can do for them as you're gathering this information. Like, okay, you're creating an opportunity in this fashion in this old system, green system, or this very antiquated system. And Salesforce, like me and Elio were just talking about earlier, it's a Ferrari, right, compared to some of these older systems. So that's where you, as a solution architect, you come in with best practices. And a lot of the best practices come from being hands-on, right? Knowing the system, learning the system. And that's how I learned. A lot of hands-on, knowing how the system works, being up to date on the new functionality. We have 3 releases a year. It is a lot to take in. But again, the more information you know, the better you are in delivering the right product for your customer. And again, key thing is within solution architect, listen to your customers' requirements. Try not to solution, but always keep that solution in your mind as you're going through your requirements gathering with the customer.